So, what is naturopathic medicine? Coming up. Hey everyone, Dr. Sam here with Gumshoe Health, helping you to take your health to the next level. On this channel, we do holistic health information, tips, and reviews, so if you're new here, consider subscribing. And hey, if any time during this video you want to check out the show notes down below, please do so. I'll put an outline of what we're talking about down there, and as well as anything else I may have forgotten along the way. Let's get to the video. So what is naturopathic medicine? In this video, I'm going to go over three major areas. I'm going to go over its definition, its philosophy, and its scope. The short definition is that naturopathic medicine is the rational application of evidence-based medicines to patients who want to either improve or maintain their health. The long definition, as per the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians, is naturopathic medicine is a distinct primary healthcare profession emphasizing prevention, treatment, and optimal health through the use of therapeutic methods and substances that encourage individuals' inherent self-healing processes. The practice of naturopathic medicine includes modern and traditional, scientific and empirical methods. So now that you know what it is, let's give a brief overview of the two major elements of naturopathic philosophy. The first of these is the principles of naturopathic medicine. These principles act as a sort of ethical medical guide for doctors when they're addressing patient concerns. What's interesting is that they have a lot of correlations with the Hippocratic Oath, which is something that medical students take once they graduate from medical school. The first principle, first do no harm, is an example of that. It's the most famous part of the Hippocratic Oath. And as far as principles go, it makes a lot of sense. The second thing to know about naturopathic philosophy is the therapeutic order. The therapeutic order is a framework through which we can start to work with all these different medicines and tools that naturopathic doctors have so that we can apply them in a rational and sane way to the patients instead of just dumping the kitchen sink on them. Typically, it's portrayed as a pyramid, and so you kind of start at the bottom with the foundations for health as like lifestyle treatments, and then all the way to the top, which is like suppression, removal of disease type thing. Now, the thing is, it is a bit deceptive because those levels are a little fuzzy, and it's always, always, always relative to the patient. So that means when somebody comes in, we might be working in the middle of that pyramid or the top of that pyramid instead of at the bottom first, but we're always going to be having that idea in mind so that we can start working more holistically and work from the bottom up as much as possible, or address the acute concern now, but then at the same time build up their health for the future. And finally, the scope of naturopathic medicine. So before I talk to you about that, I've got to address real quick what the education is of naturopathic doctors. Naturopathic doctors will attend a 4-year post-bachelorette naturopathic medical school. Now, the first 2 years of that curriculum are going to be essentially all your ologies: physiology, embryology, immunology, anatomy, biochemistry, etc. And then the second 2 years are really focused around treatment methods. So that's more like botanical medicine, pharmaceuticals, minor office surgery, physical medicine, nutrition, counseling, etc. All these different methods. And at the same time, throughout that whole schooling process, they're getting exposure in the student clinic to patients. And those last 2 years, you actually are managing patients under the direct supervision of your supervisor, who is a naturopathic medical doctor. So they're trained in a lot. However, the scope of practice from state to state is going to vary depending on what that state has decided. The states have the power to grant licensure as well as scopes of practice to healthcare professionals. So how a naturopathic doctor can legally relate to you in your state is going to depend on where you are. In Washington, naturopathic doctors are primary care providers, so we're able to ease some of the burden of that shortage here in Washington. However, other states don't even have licensure at all. So that place is a little dangerous because patients looking for naturopathic doctors aren't necessarily going to know, hey, is this person I'm talking to, do I know what their experience, training, background, all this stuff is? And there's no way of knowing that without talking to the person, trying to dig a little deeper. But of course you have to know to do that in the first place, right? Now, for us at Gumshoe Health, this is a pretty big problem because right now we provide telemedicine services to all of Washington state, but we do want to expand that out to other states later on. But when we do that, we got to be very cognizant and aware and honor the laws of the particular state. And it is the state where the patient is in that we have to comply to. So, for example, if I have a patient in Massachusetts, I need to A, have a license in Massachusetts, and B, potentially restrict my scope of practice, regardless of what I was trained in, restrict my scope of practice so that it is in compliance legally with that state. So obviously we want full licensure and proper scope of practice in every state, not only for patient protection, but also so we can start easing this major primary care shortage that we have in America, as well as get medicine out to the people who need it. All right, question of the day is, how did you first learn about naturopathic medicine? Go ahead and put your answers in the comments section below, and remember that the best information, tips, and connections always happen between you, the Gumshoe Health community. So do make sure to connect below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and we can get you more videos just like this one. Dr. Sam here with Gumshoe Health, helping you to take your health to the next level. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.